Everybody ready for the startup alchemist and the master of messaging, Stuart, Paap, and Robert Hughes?
There you go. There it is.
Woo! Let's go.
All right.
Oh, you're good. I think so. You want to turn me on? Do you want to turn me on?
Of course, bro. There you go.
Is that how we at? Yep. There we go. Now we're going. A little reverb. We're good? All right. I always want to do the Bill O'Reilly. We'll do it live. Say something.
Yes. Hi, Stu. Here we go.
Is that coming through there?
Yeah, you can hear that, right?
Can you guys hear him?
Okay.
All right.
It's gonna be a long 6 hours, guys. Long. Gonna be a while.
Is that movie 72 Hours? The guy has to shave his arm off?
That's it. He saws it off.
Saws it off, yeah.
Welcome to Bucket List, everybody. How about a round of applause for Bucket List?
Woo!
Okay. This is how it works. You have a name, you have a company, you put your name in the bucket, and then you wait for the gods to choose, and you come up and you have 60 seconds. The way this works is you got a line over there, you got to get your feet to the line, and a mic, and then after 60 seconds, it's the most awkward time when I have to interrupt, so try to end under 60 seconds, otherwise we cut you off. All right? Those are the rules of the game. You guys ready to get started?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
I'm ready. I don't see enough alcoholic beverages in the crowd, so I'm very worried that none of our jokes are going to land.
It's all gonna land. It's
You
gonna
think so?
land. It's gonna be like Carrie Strug. That's how we're gonna land this.
Is it going to NASA land or is it going to SpaceX land?
Like, I'm sticking to my Carrie Strug reference, and no one. You're gonna have to Google that, everybody. Thank you. One guy in the back. All right, we need the mic up here because we're about to get our first company up here. Here we go.
Are you doing the honors?
I'm doing the honors. I'm declaring
Roll,
it.
please.
Oh,
Okay. Here we go. Oh, and so it is. Give it up for Zach Quinn with Tulio, everybody.
Oh!
Come on up, Zach.
Give Zach that mic.
All right, hold on.
Before he starts, and while you're setting the clock and Jason's miking him up, I do have to say I appreciate people who come prepared. They rock their gear. Yes. They're proud of their brand.
Yes.
They're all in. This is not the All In podcast.
This is it.
We're not doing politics here.
Yes, no.
You sound great.
He came ready to play.
Yes.
All right. Zach, you know the rules. You got 60 seconds. It's bucket list.
Wait, did he go light, medium, or dark roast?
I didn't
It is
even
dark.
look. Okay,
It's a
there it
dark
is.
roast. All right.
By choice. For those who don't know, that's how badly they want to be roasted at the end of this. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays.
We are not going to take it easy.
3, 2, 1, Zach.
Wow, there's a lot going on in our world today, but let me tell you a story about what's happening in our homes. Labor costs in home improvement are rising faster than ever. What costs you $10,000 in 2019 will cost you $15,000 today, and that's if you can find a contractor.
Line?
Okay, is that a problem?
Why is that a problem? So now I'm having one of these pauses.
Okay, that's all right. We're with you.
Yep. So
What if we can find a contractor? What do we do then?
what if we can't find a contractor? Well, then you have to come over to my company, Toolio for tool rental.
Okay.
Toolio is a tool rental service with, wow, I'm having a bad night here.
That's all right.
So,
No, we're giving it up. Give
Yep.
it up
Give
for
it up
Zach,
for-
everybody.
Hey, Zach's up here
all
trying.
right, all right.
We're with it.
All right. So that's that, my 60
Okay,
seconds?
we're right there. Let's get right to unpacking this. So Tulio, tool rental service.
Let me finish the last of this pitch and I'll close it out here. So Toolio is a tool rental service with an immersive end-to-end experience. It's empowering, it's comprehensive, and it's streamlined. Right? That's really the pitch here. My name is Zach Quinn. I'm really looking to connect with people in this space here.
All right,
Thanks.
give it up for Zach. By the way, very nicely done. You can keep this. We'll ask you.
Keep
guys.
it. We're gonna.
Okay.
You can rebuttal when we tear you apart.
No, that's look.
You said dark roast. You have
I like that he put empowering in there. It's very on brand. Get it?
Empowering was chosen.
That's it. That's it. I'm done, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. See you next time.
Great show, everybody.
All right, I'll go over to you. What do you
Wait,
think?
do you want me to lead off?
I absolutely do.
I love the nervous energy you brought to this pitch. No, I know how tough it is to get up and pitch your dream. You have a thing you're doing. You're like, hey, I want everybody to get it. You're very excited. We could all feel your energy. And I was like, come on, get there, Zach. I don't know what Tulio actually is or like how I use it, but I'm convinced that inflation around home improvements is through the roof. So you did a great job at articulating that. But I just don't know where I would plug you in.
So let's figure out what this is. Is this tool rental? Do you get contracting help? Is it just the materials? What is this?
Yep, so the basis is really the tech behind it.
Okay.
So today we have an iOS app. You can go download it today. So you go into the app, you tell us the project that you want to get done, we deliver it right to the front door.
Okay.
We own the tools.
Yep.
And the scale model is around using contractors to own the tools themselves and deliver them. The key to this is that it's full package. So DIYers don't think about what tools they need. They think about what project. I want to paint a room. I give you the 15 items you need to paint your room.
Ooh, very nice.
So you're destroying that wall that is on everybody's garage that has all the tools that are outlined?
Destroying it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting rid of them. There's no need. You're replacing it.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
Got it.
Well, it adds up, right? Like sometimes you're trying to fix something in your house. You're like, I don't have a socket wrench, and what am I going to do? And then you do what I do. I go to Home Depot, I pretend to buy it, and then I return it 18 hours later.
Sure.
That doesn't have to happen anymore.
Doesn't have to happen, especially you can skip the step of going to the store the first time and the third time.
But they're so helpful there, Zach. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm
Home
thinking somebody
Depot
else.
is not helpful.
Okay,
Let me
no.
tell you, anybody that's been to the Orange Box store is not helpful.
All right, so I'm curious. Where are we in the business? Do you have customers? Have you built out the platform? Are you already making money? Where are we?
iOS app, we have initial customers. We had 3 orders at the end of December, and that's where we're
You're
at.
going. You're going.
we're going.
And you have great swag.
Great swag.
got
and
plenty of
Julio
swag.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep, we've got a lot of work to do to build the app. We really want to make this an end-to-end experience. So I said immersive experience. It's really all about, do you have the feeling that I can take on this project, right? I can tackle this project. I feel empowered to do this work.
So why are you empowered for this?
Why? Why? Yes. Why? The big
you,
question
Zach?
here. I've got 10 years of aerospace experience. I've got 15 years of DIY experience. I lived the experience of DIY consumers. I've got 10 years building products in the aerospace industry. So I know what it takes to get the details right, and I have lived the experience that my customers are going to have.
See, this is why I can't honor the request for Dark. He's so sincere
I know,
and
I'm having a
likable.
hard
Who wouldn't want? Don't you feel this is an earnest, honest guy, and I can't go for the burn.
I'll do it. I'll be.
No, we got to do a little bit of burn here. This is good stuff. But
All right, go ahead.
oh, you went there.
He
All
worked
right.
at Boeing. Oh my God.
You know
that
what?
was great. Scott, you get up here. I was gonna say, like, those eyebrows do not scream a guy who does
Fair
do it
enough.
yourself.
My initial pitch would make you think I work at Boeing, so I understand that.
Skyrockets in.
Yeah.
What?
So you've never done the home improvement stuff before, but you're trying to go towards contractors. Why would they choose your aerospace engineering experience over another contractor or somebody else in the field that's there in?
Yep. So one of the biggest items in DIY is cost, right? Plain and simple, it's cost. One of the other areas here is that finding a contractor in today's age, it's very hard. If you spend enough money, you can get pretty much anything. It's actually hard. If you go and find good people that are going to leave your house in good condition, you're going to wait 3 months for that work to be done.
Cool.
Okay.
That's fair. All right. So are you expediting the time that it's taking for this to get done?
Absolutely, short answer, through DIYers. So if you order, a typical order is going to come in 2 to 3 days, right, is normal, and you get to work immediately.
Okay.
Cool. All right, I think we give it up for Zach. Everybody, give us
It's always
a round of
tough.
applause. Very well done. Give us the mic here. Thank you, sir. All
The
right.
first pitch is something
No,
else.
it's good.
It's always
I liked
hard.
it. I think he set the standard. Excited,
I
energetic.
want one of those T-shirts.
Yeah, I do want a Tulio. There's a lot. There's a request for a lot of Tulio gear.
I'm a tool, but I would like to be a Tulio.
Some say you're both.
Not quite yet. I don't have the eyebrows for it.
All right, we have Travis Hopkins, Skilled Lab.
Oh, Travis!
here we
Give
go.
it up for Travis!
Give it up for Travis, everybody.
Okay.
Oh wait, we have to announce the. Oh, he's a medium roast, so he's in.
medium, okay.
I almost feel like we should have medium roasted a bit there to get on our footing under us. We've never done a dark roast.
All right, fair
No,
enough.
We've
no
always
mic.
been so kind.
We don't need a mic.
We are kind.
So sincere
All right,
and kind.
here we go. There
That's
it
the
is.
name of the game is sincerity. Kindness.
All right.
Kindness. Medium roast, Trav.
Medium.
There it is.
That's right. That's right.
That's it.
Okay.
All right,
I don't know
take-
how to. I don't know how deep. Whatever.
Yeah, you'll be fine. 60 seconds on the clock. And 3, 2, you.
All right. My name's Travis Hopkins. I'm the founder and owner of Skilled Labs, and we're not your standard typical development agency. We're Latin American software engineers, and we focus on one thing and one thing only, and that is culture fit. So of course, you're probably asking yourself, well, hey, I want someone who's, a fantastic Android engineer. I want a really good data engineer. Well, of course we do that, but the one thing that we layer on top of is a culture fit driven by our psychological and behavioral driven screening questions. So we focus on same time zone, being in Latin America. We only focus on Latin America. And we don't go outside of that just because of the reasons the culture is phenomenal. Same time zone as the US and Canada. And we focus on that. And that's pretty much it. I don't need to go into the details of it. It's usually kind of a back and forth question, that we talk about. But from the start, that's it.
That was 60 seconds.
60
Yeah,
seconds.
you were
Well
right
done.
there.
Okay.
Right there.
I have no idea what you do.
I have an idea. But it's actually kind of interesting. We do like to do something here at Bucket List called the reverse pitch.
Okay.
Does anybody in the audience feel confident that they know what Travis does and is willing to get up here and pitch it back to us?
Here we go.
Nobody?
So we have a million.
Yes, Tulio.
Scott! William, come on.
All right.
One of you, get over here.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Pitch it back. So what does Travis do?
All right, so Travis has a development agency that focuses on culture fit. He specifically focuses on making sure that the time zone is correct so that you're not dealing with midnight calls and things like that. That's pretty much what you
Nailed it.
Okay.
Okay. So technology development shop.
You were listening.
That's right. That's trying to make sure that personality-wise, the people fit with the culture of the company.
Okay.
Okay.
So here's what would help me. It was a good overview, but it wasn't specific enough. Can you help me understand a small case study of someone who would hire you and exactly what they would hire you to do, and then give me the culture fit piece?
Of course. So Zach, for example, you have an iOS app. So Zach, did you build that?
I had a developer build it.
Right. So Zach says, hey, I have an app, but how am I going to build it? I need a developer. Where do I go to find that developer? I can go online, I can search, I can ask through my network, or they can come to us and say, hey, we'll understand your needs. Let's better understand what you're looking to do, exactly what it is, how long you want them to be with you, whether it's a one and done, or you're going to do a month, or whatever it may be. We understand what you actually want to do, break it down. Whether you're a founding team, I'm not sure what that looks like, but we understand the culture fit of like, hey, let's find them an exact iOS engineer with the exact skills that they're looking for.
Okay.
And then let's get them working on the project with Zach to build that app, and then they can part ways.
So follow-up question, why wouldn't we use one of the multiple platforms to find global talent to just do this? Like,
Right,
why
because-
would we need you?
Right. So a lot of them are kind of a faceless app. I've heard unbelievable horror stories where you hire someone, off of, and I'm not going to name anyone,
Do
but
it.
one specific one, but
Rhymes with Niverr, is it?
sure.
Okay.
Niverr or
Rhymes with Supwork,
Upwork?
is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Supwork could
Anyway.
be a great
It is.
platform.
I actually just registered that domain.
Supwork.
Yes.
Supwork.
And I have an IP attorney here who's going to make sure. Can you get that copywritten? Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Trademark.
There we go.
All right, we're in business.
We trademark every time.
got it.
Last time was what? Institutional
Regret.
institutional regret.
It's
Yeah.
like a 9-month poll. All
Yeah.
right, back to you.
Okay.
So the reason being is that you can run into a lot of issues. They can disappear after a month, and then you're left with your hole, and you're like, what do I do? Okay. They ditched me. I don't know what to do. I got to go find the whole process again. Where we come in with the relationship, we want to make sure that the client is taken care of, and it's a long-term relationship building from there.
I have a lot of follow-up questions. I'm going to open it up to Ray. And
Ray, do you have any questions?
So, because my question was the same as yours, like why you over a Fiverr, but I understand why you would want somebody who fits your company culture.
Yep.
But what are the specifications that you're, aside from race and stuff like that, what are the specifications you're looking for?
Not race. That's illegal.
Yeah, exactly. It might
culture.
Culture of it.
So over the past few years, there's a big shift towards of building the right team, building the people for purpose. Yeah. When you're launching or building a product, you want people who are in line with your vision. They want to be psyched about the product. And if you're building Tulio, for example, You don't want to hire someone who's
You just want Tulio as a client.
Yes,
I'm just-
You can just say it. We're okay with you saying it.
Zach, it's very easy to pick on because you just went.
Don't worry, he's gonna do this all night. Anybody that's building technology, Trav's got you. But is it gonna save you time, save you money, save you energy? Because you're saying this is gonna fit. There will be enthusiastic workers who fit in your company culture. So over a long period of time, the output is gonna be greater versus a nameless, faceless person that's working on it.
Exactly.
Got it. So I would just say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more personalized.
Yeah. It's,
To go a level deeper, I think you need to make this not a nice to have, but a need to have.
Yeah, it's
and
gotta
I'm
be
still
oxygen.
not clear on the need to have. And I think if you talk about turnover, or
Yeah.
costing you timeline or delivery, or the fact that you're churning through people, and that's making it so that you cannot launch your product on timeline.
Right.
That's where you come in. See, I'm less concerned with culture or time zone, and more, is this person the right person for my team?
I feel like it's a fear sell where you're like, imagine that you miss an important update on your software because your outsourced engineering team didn't hit a deadline, and now your investors are questioning you as the CEO. And it's like that we're trying to mitigate that downside by having people that are aligned with your vision of the company, they're aligned with the culture, enthusiastically trying to hit deadlines for you.
Yes.
And so that's like I feel like that's how I would do it.
Yeah, especially when you're a scrappy startup team, it's hard to get people to kind of go in for the long haul. You're going to help them find the right fit.
Exactly.
So I would tell that story so that it's like urgent instead of like, oh, that'd be nice to have somebody who's the right culture fit.
Right. There's a company in Boston, actually. They hired a firm that's on the other side of the world. They missed a bunch of deadlines. They were not able to launch. Therefore, they actually did not close their seed round because of this issue.
Yeah.
So I had to come in and we got on the team. Everything's up and running. Everything's going great. And they were able to close on their seed round, which is phenomenal. But
Hold on. Should that have been his pitch?
Yeah.
There you go.
right.
That's the
That's the-
story. That's exactly.
That's the story. That's your whole pitch is like, hey,
Yes.
this is what we do.
Yes.
We
that's
avoid
exactly-
that nightmare, which that founder probably has way more gray hairs or less hairs significantly than when he started.
Yep.
Or ulcers or worse.
Yeah.
And you're
Can
you're
we
trying to
stop
help
listing
people.
medical conditions?
I feel like we have a med tech company coming up, and I'm just trying to show how little I know.
Indigestion,
It's just-
or he has no. All right.
There's a lot of things you're saving them from, so just say that.
Yes.
Right.
That,
Lead with
that's
value.
the story right there.
I like that. Thank you.
Cool. All right, guys.
All
Let's
right.
give him a big hand.
All right, Trav.
There we go. Well done.
I don't need to make that noise. He actually has the noise.
I like that. I like that noise.
Ray, you're picking.
All right, pass it back.
Yes. Here we go.
Forgot about that.
Next up.
Everybody ready for and placing?
Yeah, and
Ann.
come on up.
Ann's a medium roast. Where's Ann?
Medium road.
Oh, there she is
here.
up front.
Make sure you guys top me to the mic.
Yes. I was gonna wear those exact boots tonight, and I'm really glad I didn't, because Ann is killing it.
You're recording? You're good?
And for you?
I feel like Ann's very warm.
Okay.
I was very cold.
You were very cold.
Yep.
We all were.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
1 minute.
Nice and close so we can hear you, Ann. And minute starts now.
Hi everyone. My name is Anne Plaisance. Do you hear me?
We do.
We hear
Okay.
you.
I'm an artist, a curator. I'm also in real estate. And today I want to talk to you about a project I'm working on. So what is the color of a lie? What is the shape of gaslighting? What is the perfume of love bombing? So these are manipulation techniques that are used by abusers in the work environment as well as at home. It is an issue because even extremely smart, talented, and aware women are prone to be victim of these manipulation techniques. So the app I'm working on with someone else called for now Empowering Minds.
Okay. So that is time.
Okay.
But we'll give Ann more time to finish. Go
me
ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I'm talking really slow.
You're doing great. I can actually follow you. So my slow processor is like, I understand Ann.
Yeah, so I will need to work on that to speak faster. So the application is a 3D gamified environment that is helping women and girls discover one of the 40 manipulation tactics that are used in a fun and pleasant, inspiring way, so that they can learn on the go about all these tactics that are used on a regular basis, at work, at home, in politics, etc. So the way is to educate them, to empower them. It's really a women empowerment app, and it's absolutely needed. Actually, this morning I received for this project an award from Mind Valley, thanks to the...
She ends on a high note. Good.
Thank you.
Good.
They have an AI mastery program that I did. So I submitted the project, and it was mind-blowing to receive an award from them. Yeah. And talking in Europe, I'm traveling quite a lot recently. So I was in Europe, I talked with investors, and I have one investor that is already interested to invest. So I went out of my comfort zone, and I came today to do a pitch. It's my first pitch ever.
And she brought props. Nobody brings props. This is a...
Sorry?
What's that one smell like?
Gaslight.
Gaslight.
You know what I love is we're the perfect panel. We're the perfect panel for this. You know
I've been gaslit
No,
all
please
day.
don't gaslight me.
Drink.
So
I was on X earlier. I don't need any more gaslighting. That was great. It was 4 minutes, but it was really great. And I was hanging on the edge of my seat. I was like, okay, so it's a women empowerment app that helps women navigate the tricky situations where they're not sure if they're being manipulated, abused, etc., and empowers them to like speak up, say something, and get out of that situation.
Exactly. It teaches them to recognize and to answer, because very often they gaslight themselves. They are not sure about themselves, so it will bring them more confidence, and it will have a huge impact on their gender equality.
How are we supposed to critique her? I feel like I'm going to be accused.
There is no.
If you roast this, you get canceled.
I'm already canceled, but I'm like,
You can do a French roast.
French. That's the darkest roast. That's the darkest roast. Eric told us that's the darkest roast.
That's it. It is.
What do you got, Stu?
Well, so
I'm just going to edge away, so I
Yes.
don't.
No. I found it very compelling. I think though you could shine a light on the problem sooner. You asked rhetorical, compelling questions, but it kind of led me astray. And while I was definitely compelled and interested, I was also trying to figure out where this was going. So that would be one. Two, highlight the problem with some numbers. Help us understand, is this an issue for, who, and specifically who needs this? And the only other piece I couldn't figure out was why an app? Why not a course or a workshop or books, or like why does this need to be an app in your mind?
That's a good question. I think like everyone is on their phones, and you need to have something that is fast, easy, and that can be repetitive. Because the idea is you're not learning once and it's done. It's really like an empowerment tool, and you don't want it's really graduated. You can't learn like right away about 40 manipulation techniques. You learn about the most famous one, like the gaslighting or like projection or love bombing, so that slowly women and girls are able to recognize these techniques, and then they get more attuned to them, and they can spot them, and they also can like support other women so there's also a community feature.
Yeah.
So
that seems like a natural, because community, courses, support, all that stuff makes sense.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So, who made the curriculum inside of the app? Like
Great call.
So I'm at the baby iteration. It's really the beginning of the app. So like it will be trauma informed, because you can deal with people who had some issues and have been through difficult things. So we will work with psychologists, therapists, and we will really, or people who are in the education field, to really have something that is strong and that is helping women.
Okay.
I just had a bad vision of like the Alexa in my house being like, "You're gaslighting me right now." Like, nuts. The ever-present Alexa, my smart TV, like, "Hey, Don't do that. It's
Maybe
like, oh.
better than the love bombing from Alexa.
No, I don't think that's going to
Are
happen.
the scents not are they just a prop or is there actual is it
You
pheromone
want to
things?
check how
yeah,
gaslight
Yeah, I kind of do want to smell it.
Oh, gaslight.
What does it smell like? So familiar.
Oh,
right?
he's going for it.
Wow, he is going for it. You don't even know.
Oh, he had me.
You get it?
Yeah,
What? It doesn't do
it's
anything?
not. Yeah.
It's empty.
I was like, when you kept staring at me, I was like, maybe it's not empty.
So that's one of my artwork. It was to give a tangible form to something that is so intangible.
That is smart.
I love a good prop.
I like that.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
in.
that.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, this is a pitch that needed a PhD. Like we figured it out. All right, give her a big hand, everybody. All right.
Thank you so much.
I don't know if that's good or not.
No, I like it. I like it.
Is the PhD a good thing or a
I
bad
know
thing?
it's
It's always a
Put
good
some
thing.
tunes, DJ, Ray.
All right.
Hold on. We got to give him a second. Give him
Yeah,
a second
no,
to breathe.
100%. I think.
Oh,
that's,
man.
oh,
This
do you
guy,
know?
I know this gentleman.
Okay.
So I don't like him because his hair is better than mine.
Okay. Okay.
Let's make some noise for Eric with Augmented.
Okay, here we go.
I think I just objectified him.
Yes. Very nice.
Oh my God.
Well, it's good. Yes.
Oh my God. The two Erics. Do we go Erics back to back?
Okay. Wow.
Oh my God. Are you going to let the
Wow.
hair? Oh, wow. Oh. I'm swooning.
Only competition out here.
No, bro. He's like blowing me away. This is
Well, I
bogus.
cut it recently and then I saw you today. I was like, oh man, you're gonna be so disappointed in me.
No, it's not. It's not short enough to count. It's still flowing.
It's flowing, but yeah.
It's Prince Charming instead of King Not So Charming. Yeah.
All right. 60
we ready?
seconds starts in 3, 2, and off we go.
1.3 million Americans ration their monthly insulin supply. This is because 90% of insulin made globally is made by 3 manufacturers, and 50% of the price patients pay is because of the convolution in the distribution process. My name is Eric Moyal, and I'm the founder of Project Insulin. We're a nonprofit making our own generic insulin that will sell directly to patients at cost. So as a nonprofit, we're not forced to focus on profit maximization like our for-profit competitors. And by being direct to patient, we're cutting out all the middle organizations that make insulin expensive for patients. That's it.
Hey, wow.
I realized what happened there. I did the hair thing, but it was actually the other Eric.
Okay. Yeah.
Now we need to know, did you select a dark, medium, or light roast?
I did a dark. I just heard Eric and walked up.
Oh my God. Well, I started talking about your hair. That's really a disappointing.
Yeah, you were looking at me. So
I know,
like,
I
okay,
was
great.
looking at you. It was, I wanted to be you. I wanted to be you.
How do you dark roast insulin?
No, we're going to
Yeah,
have to make
that's what I was
sure.
gonna say. I was like, man, you guys are
He's
like,
going to go dark
there's 2 in a
roast.
row here where it's like,
I know, right? You guys are hurting us.
You're hurting us. Okay, so insulin, we're getting down the price of insulin.
we're making our own and selling it at cost. Yeah.
Bootleg insulin. I think that you're missing an opportunity, Brandy. I'm just saying.
I just finished Breaking Bad, so I was thinking of maybe doing like the Heisenberg, maybe that hat you have.
Oh yeah. You want my hat? Everybody wants my hat.
I want that hat just for the.
There's a lot of
photo op.
requests for my hat. You're not getting my hat.
So, how big an opportunity is this, and why a nonprofit?
So we're starting with the 1.3 million who ration their insulin in the U.S. 8.4 million people in the United States use insulin, and globally it's about 500 million people. Our very small projection is 250,000 people is where we're going to start with. That is 7 million vials in year 1. So it's quite a big opportunity even with a small amount. And obviously this is an inelastic good. So this isn't people that are going to go away and come back. These are people who are going to start using our insulin because it's more affordable without reducing quality at all. Not as bootleg, not that bootleg.
So you can't say bootleg.
Yeah, and so that is market. And then why a nonprofit? We want it to be true to our mission, which is to ensure everyone has access to affordable insulin. And by being a nonprofit, we're flexible in the sense where our stakeholders are the patients, and so our metrics are how cheap can we make it for them. Yeah. Whereas if we were a for-profit, we would be beholden to our potential investors who have equity and want us to make money. I'm not saying you can't do for-profits. That's my background. I'm a nonprofit fundraiser.
So, okay.
How are we supposed to dark roast a nonprofit?
Yeah,
that feels
no,
like
you can't.
It's like oh,
not fair.
It's not fair.
You said that there was convolution in the process of exporting all the insulin from other companies. How are you fixing that?
Mail order pharmacy. So you go to our website, you put in your prescription, and we'll ship your insulin to you.
What's stopping them from doing that?
They have like a very convoluted, we need more than a minute to talk about this, but pharmacy benefit managers, insurance companies, and all these other players make insulin, too many middlemen. Yeah, it's a middleman issue. Yeah.
Middlemen.
Yeah.
So at what stage are you right now? Like, are you already shipping?
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
so where are we?
So startup. So we're about to begin drug development. So we have the funding to start making the drug.
And where did the funding come from?
Donations and grants. Yeah.
Okay.
So donors and family foundations who are interested in what we're doing.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're now doing what? What's the timeline over the next 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, so within the next month or two, we'll start drug development. So that'll be creating our own insulin, creating a strain, and then creating a cell bank and starting the process of optimizing it. So it'll be very small, then to a liter.
Yeah.
Can we produce it well at a liter at a high quality? Then you move up to 10 liters, and the goal is 30,000 liters. Oh, wow. So next 6 to 12 months, we're hoping to get to 1 liter, and then we will move on to the next step, which is 300 liters, and then 30,000.
30,000 is a lot of diabetes.
Yeah. So that's a really noble cause. What made you go into the diabetes game, especially if it's nonprofit?
Is that a game? Is that
It is. It's a game.
It's a very profitable
lots
game
of spikes,
for
peaks
a lot
and valleys,
of people.
peaks and valleys.
Yeah, so my little sister has a rare chronic illness, so I've been raising money for that illness for 8-10 years now.
I'm gonna quit.
Unfortunately, that is an illness that there is no treatment, there are no cures. So as a person with the skill of fundraising, it was kind of like, yeah, I was raising money, but I wasn't the one doing the impact. In 2020, I met my partner. She has diabetes, learned how expensive insulin was, and realized that because the insulins are off patent, it's not really a science problem, right? We can hire a contract research org to make it for us, and then we'd sell it ourselves. So I say that making insulin affordable isn't a science problem, it's a money problem, and I can solve a money problem.
So here's my coaching to you. That was your pitch, what you just said, right? Talking about your sister, talking about the skill, talking about your partner, and then looking at the problem through a new lens. That was eye-opening and insightful. And then getting to what you're doing and how you've raised funds. I think if you carve that out, that has that journey that is really, really compelling.
Yeah.
The reason that's more compelling, and I tell this to a lot of founders, tell the story of one to tell the story of many. So if you start with you, your sister, and your partner, that's so easy for us to empathize with. And then you can say the 1.7 million, but you started with that big number and it left me a little numb because numbers make us numb.
And your diabetes kicked in and you can't feel
absolutely.
your extremities. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I can't ever feel my extremities, but it's cold outside, everybody.
It is.
So yeah, really, really compelling, noble, loved it.
Yeah, there's a piece in there about the middlemen. Like you're cutting out the middlemen to get the drug direct to the people that need it the most at the lowest cost.
Do you feel the burn from this?
No, I don't. I think it's so hard to roast
It's
him.
like, what
like-
is... We're just going to
leg.
give him a big hug.
It's like we all have a collective crush.
Yes.
So.
We actually are all here to watch you guys be uncomfortable, not being able to
Yeah,
burn
we're-
our
we're-
really good
we're-
ideas. Yeah,
I'm
we're
super
flipping the
uncomfortable.
script here. Yeah.
We need somebody who's like doing something awful in the world. I would like a dark roast of my nonprofit, please. I'm just saving lives.
A cruel, heartless startup. Could you come up, please?
Maybe with an evil laugh.
Yes.
Oh my God. All right.
All right, cool.
Thanks, Eric.
All right, give him a big round of
I
applause.
can't. I think we got to do Eric next.
Yeah. Is
I
that
think
right?
we got to do Eric next for augmenting because I screwed that up.
Okay.
I jumped the gun. I got distracted. You getting it? Oh!
There we go. Wow. All right. There
Oh.
we go. Late entry. All right.
Gonna
We're
mix
going to
it
have
up.
one more.
And don't mind if we come back with different shirts on.
Yes. Okay, here we go.
There's a joke in there, but I did not
There
land
is.
it.
All right.
Yeah.
We got this. Okay, we
in
got
there.
this. All right. Time
This
starts.
is the real Eric at Augmented, by the way.
Yes, okay. 3, 2, 1.
Hi, everyone. My name is Eric Merle, and 2 months ago, I was in intensive care for 6 days. I kept repeating my story to doctors, a story that actually was not captured by medical records, electronic medical records. And when the 7 o'clock or the 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. shift came along, I still had to repeat it. So not only did they not capture what had happened to me in my journey as a patient, but they also weren't communicating amongst themselves. I'm not alone. In the US, 12 million patients a year are misdiagnosed because of that. And when you look at the providers, the physicians, they're burned out. they're trying to find a needle in a haystack. So it is an interconnected communication problem. They don't get the data from the patients, and they don't connect amongst themselves. So we're using at Augmented Bio, AI and NLP, natural language processing, to extract data of medical interest out of the journey of patients. They talk, they have videos in their own words, and we turn it into insights for medical professionals and for drug developers.
Wow, he wrapped it up as soon as that alarm went off. Holy cow. So again, a great mission, a great story, and we're like, oh, let's dark roast this guy. Like, he's saving lives. Let me joke about that.
Okay, so clear need, translated in technology. Can you talk a little bit more about the technology, how this works, and then maybe repaint your story as if you had had this?
Right, so this is a conversational chatbots
Okay.
to start with. Think of an electronic confidant where you interact with it and it captures data. It doesn't mean it's not looking for medical data. It is looking for patterns in what has happened to you over the course of your life that can be of medical interest. So for me, I had at a frequency of every month for the past 6 months prior to being in the ICU, I had an inflammatory event. Okay. And I was treated a certain way, and then it would happen exactly a month later. So I saw doctors, they treated me, but nothing was connected. That journey part was missing.
Okay.
So it's like treatment without context, and you're giving context.
So it's the context. It is exactly that. It is the contextualization. It is the longitudinal aspect over time of data.
How does this work, though? Are you talking to this, bot, interacting with it on a regular basis?
In the roadmap, there is integration with various sensors. There is also environmental data that's collected. So were there pollens around? Was the temperature high, low? Where were you? What was happening? So when you say, hey, I sneezed, or maybe a device captures that you fell, it takes all of that contextual data and it recognizes patterns.
Are these wearables? Is this something
It
like...
connects into wearables, but
Okay.
initially it is the first iteration of it is an electronic diary, basically.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Is it something that the hospital would own or something that you would own as a consumer?
So the data, again, is non-medical data. So it is non-medical data. So from a regulatory perspective, it's slightly different, but it is owned by the patient. What the doctors get are insights. So the doctors get, hey, we recognize that that patient for the past 6 months had this event happen on a monthly basis. When I couldn't breathe or couldn't talk, I was on 15 liters of oxygen a day, I couldn't tell that story. So it brings something that is asynchronous, basically. It's asynchronous contextualized information.
So you would be telling your story to the robot, and then they will.
So there's two types of data. There's allowed data, which you would input, and you can input it in any language. So that addresses also people who cannot get medical care just because they don't speak the same language as their doctor. But it also looks at soft data, which is, for example, the temperature, the geolocalization, the weather, things like that, or what wearables would have.
So here's the thing. I'm actually more confused now than I was in the beginning. Now, hold on. Let me unpack that. I think what you're saying, and you can tell me where I'm wrong, is when you needed acute medical care, it would have been great to know the history of you as well as the environmental factors and all the behaviors. Yes? Let's look at those at 3 layers. You, environmental, and the behaviors.
It is not just in an acute situation. So seeing a doctor is episodic, right? You're going to see them whether you have an appointment or you're in an emergency setting. And that history sometimes is captured. They ask you questions, but they only get answers to questions they ask. They don't get insight. Even the best doctor can't read the literature on all the research that's done.
Okay.
So all of this basically are data sets that from which it is contextualized with the patient's data so that you have an insight, a pattern that you recognize, and that is shared.
Okay. So what phase of the business? Are you in development? Are you
I was in
live?
the ICU 2 months ago.
Okay. So this is an idea that you want to get going.
It's getting incorporated tomorrow.
Okay.
So we have already a commitment, verbal commitment from early investors.
Okay.
And it's getting incorporated tomorrow.
Again, super hard to dark roast something like this.
Yes.
I have to say it.
This is your idea.
I
to
know.
put down-
Well, we said we
You're
wanted
like,
to do it, and then all of a sudden we got
how
we have
bad
the,
do you want it
we have
to
the
be?
Mother Teresa of we have the Mother Teresas of startup world coming in here like, oh, I'm going to save people,
All right,
save lives, save
Yes.
money. It's going to be great.
we can choose.
I
We should be
know.
selective.
Where can we do like somebody who's like, I built a drone that's going to fire on people, like or something
That's
like
your
that.
that's your startup. You're up next. All right. So, any questions from the audience regarding?
Argue the way with information overload that a lot of doctors get thrown with a lot of these solutions into their workflow. Where's it integrating?
So it layers on top of EHR.
So
Yep, it layers on top of EHR. And in a sense, this is not a completely novel idea. It just hasn't been implemented properly. And the AI from 6 months ago is not the AI of today. So when you look at a company that's been doing it for 40 years, there are better ways to do it.
I imagine it as like almost a electric or a technological version of a very attentive mother who goes in the hospital like, by the way, Eric likes, he eats popsicles every day and then has a pint of tequila, and I don't know if that's what's causing.
No issues.
Absolutely,
wondering
and
if that's what's
there's a
causing the-
part to that confidant aspect that you're mentioning that is part of the secret sauce and the patentability in the algorithms that we're also going to implement.
Am I as a consumer manually inputting all this data?
You just talking.
So in the first version, yeah,
V1, you're going to do a lot of it.
Talk to it like a diary about my life.
but you're not my test group for the first really beta test of the app. I can't say. But it has to be, no, it has to be a very controlled group where they have a preferred link to a physician, a very restricted group, and there's no place better than Boston area to do this.
The only thing I want to know is what I'm not supposed to know. So now I want to know is who is the group. Can you say rhymes with?
It's everyone in this room. That's the thing.
Okay.
No, just controlled group with a clear need for medical attention.
Okay.
I also have a question.
Got it. Oh, there's more. Oh, there's more questions. We were gonna do a break, but
There's 3 questions. We'll do 2 more questions.
then we got to take a break.
Quality. How are you going to avoid the 23andMe issue in terms of data protection?
Yep. So it's non-medical data.
No, but it's still my data.
It is your
that
data.
you
Absolutely.
obtain.
I'm
So-
going to caution you very
Oh, things are getting heated. Whoa!
Thank you. The dark roast is coming from the audience, not from us.
She's an attorney.
Oh my God,
Because this is their medical history, you are right in HIPAA.
So this is functioning on HIPAA servers. This is following guidelines from HIPAA, and actually already in the roadmap, we're looking at GDPR. Actually, I'm an immigrant, so I'm looking at developing this in Europe afterwards. And with regards to the data, so looking at how they keep being the owners of the data, the patients retain the data ownership. What is transferred is an insight from a data. It is a pattern recognition from the data. So it is tricky, but that is the way to actually provide it. And it is, people using the app is because they want to get the insights from it. I'm sorry?
Are you going to let me scrub the number of times that I sleep with my
That's a
scores
great
by
question.
desk?
Not for me, but for Stu.
So if you don't want to share data, you don't want to share data. Honestly, so if you don't want to use the app, don't use the app.
Hold on.
So
I think we're at.
So why providers and why not social workers at that point? Because in the clinical team, like the social work is really looking at kind of what is the behavioral changes day to day.
Right. When's the last time you saw your social worker at the ICU?
I did.
There was no social worker at an ICU, and a social worker would not have captured my information. So 12 million patients in the U.S. a year are misdiagnosed. 75% of patients in the U.S. are saying that they want to feel heard by their physician, and 50% of the physicians are like, whoa, I can't take anymore. So it's really addressing that. And honestly, if somebody does not want to use the app, don't use the app. But yes, the expectation is that there is a reward from using the app, is that you can benefit from it because then your physician will understand you better. If that's not your goal, don't use the app. Nobody's forcing you to use the app.
We're going to force you to use the app, everybody. You got to download it. It was a part of the agreement when you signed up for the event. I will say this before we go change our clothes, because that's ridiculous. But I will say this, and everybody can get a refresh on their drinks. You made people feel something. because like you're getting a lot of responses, and like that's probably the best. Like make them love it or make them hate them. You gotta make them feel something.
This turned into a
This
CNN
did.
panel show right away. Like this was.
All we need is the gaslighting.
That's it. All right.
Give a big hand to all the pitchers.